Hey guys, Rogue Penguin here, and I'm gonna teach you how to become a pure mage in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. First of all, in order to become a pure mage, you're gonna have to know what a pure mage is. A pure mage is pretty much a mage that only uses magic, in other words, only attacks with magic, doesn't use swords, battle axes, or anything of that sort to attack enemies, and doesn't wear armor. And by armor, I mean like light armor or heavy armor. Only uses cloth. Alright, let's get straight to the point. First of all, there's 5 schools of magic in Elder Scrolls V, and they are destruction, restoration, conjuration, illusion, and alteration. And you pretty much know what all these schools are, and if you don't, then I'm gonna explain them. Destruction is pretty much your main way to attack. You know, fireballs, lightning, frost spells, cloaks, runes. So it's pretty much your main way to attack in Skyrim when you're a mage. And then there's restoration. You know, pretty self-explanatory. You heal yourself with restoration, and there's also another thing. There's wards which could deflect enemy magic. You know, to defend yourself against mages or dragons. There's conjuration, which is my personal favorite. Conjuration, you could summon Atronachs, Dremora Lords if you're a high enough level, or you could conjure a bound sword or a bound bow, which are very useful. Alright, there's conjuration, and now there's alteration, which is your main armor, pretty much the armor of a mage. You know, because when you're a mage, you can't wear armor like light armor or heavy armor. So what you do is you use alteration. Alteration there's spells that increase your armor, and the higher the level, you know, when you're a novice and then you're an apprentice and then an adept, you increase your armor. And by dual casting, you increase your armor even more. So pretty much alteration is to increase your armor. Very useful, very useful. Saves you from a lot of deaths. And then the last school, very underrated, is the illusion, which I think is very useful. I started using illusion recently, so I don't know pretty much a lot about illusion. So yeah, so what I'm gonna talk about how to rank up in each of these schools, you know, one by one. So alright, so we're gonna talk about destruction. Um I believe every race, you know, Nord, Imperial, High Elves, I think they all have a basic destruction spell in the beginning of the game, right when you go to magic. And if not, you could buy one from the Mage and Dragon Reach. He sells all the basic spells for every school, all the basic ones, you know, all the novice and apprentice. And and to rank up your destruction is pretty easy. It's very slow, but it's pretty easy. There's nothing to it. It's just using your novice spells in the beginning, you know, like the flames and the other basic ice and lightning spells. I don't know what they're called. And you're gonna attack your enemy, and then you're gonna reach a specific point. I believe it's level 25, where you're gonna be able to increase your perk to become an apprentice. And by becoming an apprentice, you could start using apprentice spells by using lower magicka. Because when you're a mage, you're not gonna want to jump into higher level spells. Like for example, if you're a novice, don't use apprentice spells because it will lower your magicka a lot faster. And yeah, sure, the damage is higher, but it's not gonna benefit you because you run out of magicka as opposed to being able to. Well, what I'm trying to say is don't use apprentice. Don't use apprentice when you're a novice, and only when you rank up your perk to become an apprentice, and then you'll be able to use firebolt. Alright, so that's pretty much it to destruction. You just attack your enemy, pretty basic, pretty simple. Um, and then the next school, restoration, which you're also going to be ranking up, you know, little by little. Restoration, very simple. Restoration, you increase the level of restoration by healing yourself. Pretty simple. There's ways to boost, but you know, I don't boost. I don't like boosting. I hate boosting in every game. So pretty much heal yourself to rank up your restoration. Very simple. And then, you know, same thing as it goes to destruction. Don't use higher level spells. Don't use apprentice spells and added spells to heal yourself. Only stick to what you are. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you want to use higher level spells, you you increase the perk. You put a perk on apprentice restoration, and then that's when you can start using. And to buy, oh, I forgot to say this for destruction. To buy higher level spells, you pretty much go to the same mage I told you in Dragon Reach. The mage on the right, you enter Dragon Reach, and on the right room, there's a mage that sells basic spells for every school. Every school. So if you want to buy novice and adept spells, you go to that guy. He has every spell. Um, unless it's I think he doesn't have a few adept spells, but he definitely does not have expert spells or master spells. And if you want to get those, you go to the College of Winterhold. They have pretty much everything there, and I'll go over that later on. So alright, so destruction and restoration. Those two you're gonna be healing. You're gonna be ranking up by themselves. They're gonna rank up, and because you're gonna use them every time. You're always gonna heal yourself, and you're always gonna attack with destruction. Alright, so then there's the next school, which is my personal favorite, Conjuration. So that's pretty much the first school you're gonna start working on primarily, Conjuration. And to rank up your Conjuration, you're gonna start by using basic novice spells like Bound Sword. So pretty much you're gonna buy the spell from the mage in Dragon Reach, and you're gonna conjure a bound sword either before a battle or during a battle. Conjuration ranks up pretty fast. Not as fast as Alteration, but it ranks up pretty fast. I remember in because I played PC and Xbox when I used to play Skyrim Xbox. I remember that was the first school I reached level 100, and that was only like a level 30 something, you know. So yeah, to rank up a conjuration, you conjure a bound sword in between a battle or during a battle. I mean, before or during a battle, and it'll rank it up. And then you'll reach a point where you could buy apprentice spells. But before you buy apprentice spells, you have to buy the perk in your skills. And then this is my favorite part. When you go to apprentice, you'll be able to summon Atronach, or I don't know how to pronounce it, Atronach. I don't know. Atronach? I don't know. So you'll be able to conjure an Atronach, and that is one of the most useful things when you're a pure mage. Because as you know, when you're a mage, you can't be tanking stuff because you don't have the armor to do so. You know, only knights, rogues could kind of tank it. I don't know, but when you're a mage, you're definitely not gonna tank. You're gonna stay on the back, and you're gonna attack from behind. And pretty much what Conjuration Flame Atronach does, it summons a partner, a monster to help you. It'll be tanking the enemy, or it'll pretty much be your tank, and it'll distract the enemy, and it'll grab their aggro, and you'll be in the back attacking the enemy with your destruction spells. So that's an apprentice. You get a summoning spell pretty early in the game too. When you become an apprentice, you get one. So yeah, once you become apprentice and conjuration, you're gonna start working on your next level, which is alteration. Yeah, alteration. You're not gonna stop working on conjuration. You're gonna continue. So you could get better summoning spells like the frost atronach or the storm atronach. But when you get apprentice and in conjuration, you're gonna start working on your alteration. What alteration is you could cast armor spells to increase your armor. It's because when you're a mage, you can't use light armor or heavy armor. So alteration, what it does, it increases your armor. It increases it by times 2 if you don't have any armor. So to find out if you have any armor, you go to your items, apparel, and right on the bottom right corner is gonna tell you your armor rating, and make sure it's at 0. In the beginning of the game, I'm only talking about primary schools. I'm not talking about secondary schools like enchanting and alchemy. But if you don't work on any of those, your armor rating should be 0. It shouldn't be anything higher. So alright, now that we have that clear, we're gonna start talking about alteration. Alteration is pretty simple. It's actually because I never used alteration in Xbox, so I don't know how fast it ranks up. But I know it ranks up pretty fast. In fact, it's ranking up faster than my conjuration here on PC. It ranks up very fast. And to rank it up, first of all, when you're a novice, when you first start off, you're gonna have to buy Oak Flesh. Oak Flesh is the novice alteration spell from and you could buy it either in the College of Winterhold by Told Deer, I believe his name is, or by the Mage and Dragon Reach. I know for sure he has Oak Flesh. And to rank it up, it's pretty simple. It's kind of like Bound Sword in the beginning when you're ranking up your Bound Sword. You either cast a spell before a battle or during a battle. And Alteration ranks up pretty fast, so you'll be able to become an apprentice, an adept, um, an expert pretty quickly. I don't know about master. I haven't reached master in PC, but yeah, it's pretty much it. You're gonna want to use Alteration because it'll save your butt a lot of times. It's really useful. It'll save your life quite a few times, and yeah, start working on your Alteration. And until you now we're gonna start talking about the last school in Skyrim, which is very underrated, and it's Illusion. You could start working on Illusion whenever you want. I started working on Illusion pretty late in the game because I didn't think Illusion was that useful, but I found a pretty standard way to use Illusion. You guys could probably use it too, and you could start working on Illusion after you become at least an apprentice on Alteration. Well, at least that's how I do. You could do it whenever you want, but I don't, that's how I recommend it. So Illusion, what it does, it casts spells to calm your enemy or to scare your enemy to run away during a battle. And how I use Illusion is by calming down the enemy when I reach very low Magicka. So let's say I'm running around, doing my thing, killing enemies, and I run out of Magicka. Like I'm like at 10% Magicka, and I have nothing to do. And so what I do is I pull out my illusion spell, and I calm the enemy down. When you calm the enemy down, you're basically not in a battle anymore. So when you're not in a battle, your Magicka regenerates a lot faster, and and when you calm the enemy down, you'll be able to recast your armor spell, your alteration spell, and you'll be able to recast your conjuration spell, whichever summoning spell you have. So it's basically illusion helps you regain what you did. It helps you recast your spells, because when you use alteration and conjuration, you have a time. There's a time where it runs out. You could buy perks to increase that time, but it'll run out eventually. And if you're in the middle of a battle and you have a low amount of magicka, you calm down the enemy with illusion, and you'll be able to regain your magicka. That's how I use it. I don't know how other people use it, but I think that's a very effective way to use it in Skyrim. So yeah, to rank up your illusion, you're gonna have to buy the novice spell, the novice illusion spell in either Dragon Reach or College of Winterhold, and you're gonna kind of like you're just gonna want to cast illusion spells on little things like rabbits or easy bandits to rank up your illusion. So it's pretty simple to increase illusion. It's pretty basic. You just cast a spell on easy enemies, and then as you rank it up, like every other, you buy the apprentice, then you buy adept, then you buy not expert, yeah, expert, and then you buy master. So it's pretty basic to rank up illusion. Very useful, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you guys later.